Welcome to the Geek Homeworld. I am your host, Ed, aka Savage Tech Man. We talk sci-fi, TV, movies, superheroes, and all from a geek perspective. You can find us on Blogger, Google+, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. We're everywhere. Join the Geek Homeworld. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Geek Homeworld podcast. I'm your host, Ed, aka Savage Tech Man. That's my gamer tag. Welcome to this episode 154 of A Quiet Place Part 2 review. And this will be filled with spoilers. So if you have not seen the film, then come back and watch this later. We may have some people dropping in the chat. I'm not sure. This is an unannounced live stream I'm doing on the Geek Homeworld channel, and you're hearing, of course, the audio if you're listening to the podcast. If you're wondering where you can find us, we're at Geek Homeworld on YouTube. Please go hit the subscribe button to the channel hit that notifications, enable those so you'll be able to know when we've got new content coming to the channel, like live streams. And depending how it goes, who shows up today to this unannounced live stream, I may feature you in the video, your comments and your questions. So I welcome everybody to this. I guess I need to kind of share this, don't I? Give me 1 second here where that's the one thing I forgot to do, was to actually share the, how do I share this? I know there's a way. Anyway, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But anyway, so we're into it. Hey, Digital Caveman's here. And he says, it's me. I know you tried to, you're welcome. If you feel like coming on camera, you're welcome to come on camera. If not, it's cool, Digital Caveman. But thank you for being here. I did try to watch your live stream yesterday, and I know you had thunderstorms in the area like we did, so you had to cut the internet off there. I understand that. So maybe you'll do that live stream again. Spoilers, yes, spoilers. And I know you probably haven't seen it. I don't even know if y'all have a theater in your town anymore after the pandemic. Yeah, there will be spoilers. I won't be upset if you leave now, because I am going to spoil the heck out of it. I think I love this. I'm going to share that. Your kids unplugged the internet. Well, sometimes that's important. Y'all been struck by lightning before, but anyway, I don't want to get too far off of on a tangent here. But as I was saying, we're Geek Homeworld podcast. We've been going for a while here, and you can find us on Twitter at Geek Homeworld, on Instagram Geek Homeworld, and geekhomeworld.libsyn.com is our main hosting site, and of course the YouTube channel here. As I was saying, you want to hit subscribe to the channel and hit those enable those notifications for new content like this unannounced stream. This is a travesty, and I'll talk about what's on the screen, what Digital Caveman said, and it's a real shame. He says, oh well, I wasn't going to see it anyway. Well, you're missing a great movie. And so, but anyway, like and subscribe our videos here. We really appreciate that. As a small content creator, I understand how important that is, and every bit of community. And I got to figure out how did I share this? Do you remember, Digital Caveman, how I shared this thing the other night? Because he was on, by the way, let me plug my friend here, Digital Caveman. He has a channel on YouTube that you should subscribe to. And it's called Digital Caveman Presents, and he reviews a lot of action figures, does a lot of unboxings, and that's Digital Caveman with 2 N's, not just one N, but 2, and just put up this. He says there are no theaters, and there you can see if you're watching live, it's Digital Caveman with 2 N's, but his channel is, as you see by the logo there, if you're watching on YouTube, Digital Caveman Presents. So go over there, show him some love and affection by hitting that subscribe button. And I know he's on his way to about 100 subs at this point, so congratulations, you're doing well on that. And so we got a lot to talk about. But yeah, this is going to be spoilers all over the place. Anybody that comes into the chat, I'm going to try to not let the chat distract me, but it is here. I need to share this. How do I share this? Just so I know, so people might copy. Give me 1 second. Let's see. I'm just going to share this on some of my social media since, yeah, it wasn't planned. Let's see. Okay, I don't know if this works. Join me live in the chat. No, you know what? I don't want to do it that way. It's not from there. I want to share it. Okay. Hold it. I know if you're listening, you're like, what the heck's going on, man? Give me just a second. You're going to hear a thing from my channel pop up here for just a second. It's going to sound like me talking over myself, and I'm going to mute it as soon as it starts. Let's see if I can. Okay. Boom. Here's channel. Copy. And let me join me in a live stream now on YouTube at Geek Homeworld as I review A Quiet Place part. I always forget the part 2. And it really is a part 2. If you've watched the film, you know what I mean by that. So let me just paste that. Hopefully that works. Join me in a live stream now on YouTube at Geek Homeworld as I view A Quiet Place 2. All right, I just posted that to social media, so we'll see if that makes a difference. But anywho, let me go back. I've got all these windows open. I don't even know what's going on. So, okay, back to this. Is the promo? What are you saying, Caveman? Share button? There's no share button in here. I don't know if there was. Oh, there sure is. Oh no, that's sharing screen. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm getting used to that. Are you making fun of my hair? My hair is all jacked up. I'm sorry. I just didn't care to comment. He's like, part your hair. Yeah, no, I'm not going to part my hair. Anyway, so let's get talking about this film. My most anticipated, or one of my most anticipated films of 2020. And because the pandemic did not happen, that means, nothing happened because of the pandemic. And anyway, I just want to say, let me put this up there so people can see. Ask your questions now. You may be featured in the video. And obviously, you've already seen that. So, what are my thoughts? Go back to comments. Okay. A Quiet Place 2 lives... it's one of those rare sequels that really lives up to the first film. The sound was everything. It was so revolutionary when that came out. The idea of the lack of using sound from a sound mixer's point of view, a sound design as well. I was thoroughly enjoyed it from the use of sound. And it's hard not to compare anything that's come after Walking Dead to Walking Dead, I was watching World War Z, just happened to be on TV before this and made me think of it. But it's kind of, the whole zombie genre, I'm so done with it. But this is a little bit different than that. I know it's all played out, but A Quiet Place really, was a wonderful hit for John Krasinski, who wrote it and was one of the characters, along with his beautiful wife. She's so wonderful and so talented, Emily Blunt. And rumors for any of you Marvel fans out there, everybody's been wanting John Krasinski to play Mr. Fantastic of the Fantastic Four in the Marvel film that's probably years away. And they wanted Emily Blunt to be the Invisible Woman, so he would be Reed Richards and she would be Sue Richards. But whether she's just trying to divert the attention away from that, Emily Blunt pretty much said she didn't want to do that. So that broke a lot of people's hearts because I think they have such a great chemistry on screen. And then, they would be great. I can't really think of anybody else that could fill those roles right now. I'm sure we'll get someone, but they would be a great as team, as a part of the team of the Fantastic Four for Marvel's first family. And we haven't seen the justice be done to those characters as much. I did like, to an extent, Chris Evans as the Human Torch before Captain America. Of course, he's always going to be Captain America. And it's just, they just went on to iconic roles, anyway, so let's just talk about it. A Quiet Place 2, it basically, and this is IMDb says, following the events at home, the Abbott family now face the terrors of the outside world. Forced to venture into the unknown, they realize the creatures that hunt them by sound are not the only threats lurking beyond the sand path. And if you watch the first film, they had the sand, and I tell you what, for the cast, as much as Emily Blunt and John Krasinski are great, I like that Cillian Murphy is in this, and you may remember him from many films, but he was a Scarecrow in Christopher Nolan's Joker. He plays an important part. Stay on target. I like that. There you go. Thank you. I'll get Digital Caveman there telling me stay on target. But I'm glad Cillian Murphy's in there. But he played the Scarecrow in The Dark Knight. He's a great actor. But for me, Millicent Simmons, who plays Regan Abbott, the daughter, and she's deaf, which is very good. On there, that she does really, for me, she kind of stole the first movie, in the second movie she does just the same. She really is a pivotal character in A Quiet Place Part 2, and bottom line, did I like it? Yes. I actually came out of the theater and was like, I gotta go home and jump online, but I had some other stuff to edit, so I wasn't able to do that. So here's my impromptu chance to jump online and what was I saying? And talk about it. Sorry, I've got to not get distracted by the chat. I'm using StreamYard, which this is only the second time I've used it, and so it's easy to get confused by the chat, especially when there's a lot of people in here. And I'm going to try not to be confused by the chat. But A Quiet Place was going to be one of my top films unless they really screwed things up, which they did not. This literally, by calling it Part 2, and this is all spoilers, so if you're just joining us, this is full of spoilers, so won't be mad if you dip out of the live stream here or mute it and then come back and watch it later, because this is going to go straight up on the Geek Homeworld YouTube channel and all that, and then it'll be out in podcast form as well once I get that uploaded. But anyway, spoilers. So A Quiet Place Part 2 really does feel like another episode. It feels like I'm watching Walking Dead or something, and then you just go into the next week and you just continue the story. But what I liked about this is there was an excuse to kind of shoehorn John Krasinski into into this sequel. So, and I'm glad to see it. And honestly, it was weird, but it was kind of the opening season, the opening section, the opening part of the film. I thought was really good because it starts on day one, and you get to see John Krasinski going to the market and this and that, and then they're in the small town, and he walks over to the baseball field, and then his son is up at bat and everything, and then of course you're just waiting because the music starts building a little bit, and you're just waiting and waiting and waiting for something to happen, and then. There's not too many. There are some jump scares in the film, but what happens is basically, and this is spoilers, okay? You see this big fireball, like something's crashing to Earth, and it's a bright blue day, kind of cloud, a few clouds here and there, so it's quite obvious. Everybody starts to scatter, and John Krasinski's character, him and his daughter go riding, and they're all I think heading back home or something like that, and then there's this wonderful sequence where they're just all the aliens just start seeing them head on, and stuff you've seen from the trailer where the mom and son and all that, they're in the car, and then you see the bus coming towards them, and the alien's hand come out of the front of the bus, which is super creepy. And then of course they hunt by sound, and then so that great opening sequence is a really good opening sequence of A Quiet Place Part 2. But you also get into a lot of other factors there, and of them are, the use of sound. To me, the first one was the awe and spectacle of, from a sound mixer, sound design's point of view, was a brilliant use of the lack of sound. And yes, they do that, of course, in this film. They have to. It's part of what the film is and part of what you expect. Anyway, let's see who's here. I just want to feature a few people here. Welcome, Amit. He says you're doing great. We've got, who else is here? Karinsky, hi, I'm here for support. Well, thank you for supporting. You can also support by subbing to the channel, Geek Homeworld. And we're talking about A Quiet Place Part 2. If you got any questions, any comments, drop them in the chat. But this is spoilers, so if you are a fan, if you're going to see A Quiet Place Part 2, which I highly recommend you make sure you're vaccinated or whatever, depending on your country, whether, your theaters are open or yet. We're a little bit lucky here in the U.S. that, we've been a little bit more fortunate than some places. And anyway, that's another discussion. But if you feel safe, and you are, fully vaccinated, mask up, whatever you feel is appropriate, whatever is appropriate in your country, and go and see it. I highly suggest it. It's, for me, I could live in the theaters, and I've got to put this here. Really? Digital Caveman, a friend of mine, he's like, I'm here for distraction, LOL. Well, thank you very much. I am too. And obviously I'm easily distracted by the chat. But run out and go see this film if you can. You probably shouldn't run, but anyway. So you definitely want to go check out A Quiet Place Part 2, the Abbott family, to see what happens to them. And Cillian Murphy, he's great in here. I'm looking at some other of the cast. We have Noah, who plays Marcus, the brother. And yikes, there's a part where he gets his foot trapped in one of those bear kind of traps or whatever, that you always see that people get their foot in, and you think that's the end for him, and you're like, oh gosh, please don't show this. And then, but it doesn't turn out as bad as you think. I mean, it is bad. Now I am going to butcher this guy's name. I don't mean to. But he's credited as the man on the island, and the island is important. This is spoilers, but Dijmon Hansu, that's Dijimon, last name Hounnsou, and I'm sure I did not say that right, but he plays a man on the island, and there's a point basically in the film where they end up on a boat and all that. They end up in a marina. There's this really interesting, really, really cool part of the film. It's almost towards the end part of the film where they are fighting off some stragglers and this and that. And this is after Regan Millicent Simmons, the deaf girl in there, where she goes out on her own to try to save things. And of course, the worst thing is everybody splits up, and you know, that's always the dumb part of films. But you know, it was engaging enough of a story that I didn't shy away from the fact that that I wanted to watch it, and I was compelled by each scene. In fact, when I got in the theater, there were some young ladies sitting behind me, and I said, let me warn you, I'm easily startled. So if I jump up and scream or something, just don't be alarmed. I didn't do that, by the way, but there's a few points where, you know, the little jump scares that they have in the film. And so in the film, you realize a weakness, and this is all spoilers, I've warned you, that these creatures cannot swim. So there you go, it's me. I can't swim, so just, you know, I understand. Okay, we're saying here, and digital, you mean Hondo Onaka from Star Wars? No, I do not. Or is that his character's name? And Digital K-Man had said that too. You mean Hondo Onaka from Star Wars? I gotta trust you on that because I'm trying to think. Could be. I don't know. Let's see what the internet says. Oh, he says yes. I go. Yes, I do. Okay. I'm not seeing that on his. I'm looking at his IMDb. Not seeing that. Because his name is Dijmon Hansu. He's an actor, producer, director, writer, executive. Wow. He was born in Konatu, Benin, in West Africa, and grew up in France. He was in Amistad, which is a brilliant movie. I was joking. Oh, really? You were joking? Okay. Well, I don't know. Anyway, okay. Y'all made me fall for it. I'm so gullible. Anyway, but yeah, it's just blah, 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 blah. Let's see, what was I gonna say? So yeah, this definitely feels like a part two. It feels like you are really here to distract both of you. I agree. I'm easily distracted. I'm distracting y'all. Hopefully I'm entertaining you as well. Are you not entertained? But what else can I say about the film? I did not know this, but according to IMDb, Michael Bay produced this. He was one of the producers, along with John Krasinski, Brad Fuller, and Andrew Form. So we had a lot of producers on this. Marco Beltrami did the music. He's a composer. Fantastic what he did. Fantastic. Remember in that was me channeling from Endgame. What was his name? And on Nowhere. Fantastic. Okay, never mind. Okay. He says Michael Bay. Strike one. Yes, Michael Bay. But he does know how to blow shit up, so you know he's good with that, and I'll give him props on that. But anyway, A Quiet Place Part 2 was really wonderful. I really enjoyed it. I couldn't have asked for more. I can really find, at this point, hardly any flaws with it. And everything has flaws with it. But were there a few tropes? Yeah, but it didn't feel... Maybe I was just excited to be back in a theater and actually watching a film. You know, we went and saw another film recently, Cruella, which I really didn't want to see. And yeah, I did get some sleep during that. But I was just worn out when we went to go see Cruella. But I love the soundtrack on that, man. If you love some good 60s, 70s music, like what we call, rock, or what used to be rock or whatever, it's got a really cool soundtrack to it, and it was a good movie. It wasn't great, I don't really care about Cruella, but sounds like they care enough that it might get a sequel. That's The Collector. Thank you. When I was doing that little thing earlier, I was like, magnificent. It was The Collector, and I forget the actor. But anyway, that was if you're listening to this makes no sense. Usually I usually make an outline and all that, but I'm like, I don't feel like making an outline today. I just feel like talking off the top of my head of what I thought about the film. And what are your thoughts? If she doesn't scare you, okay, I'm featuring all the little things here. If she doesn't scare you, nothing will. So, Benicio del Toro. I'm so ignorant. I should have known that. I knew that. He was terrible, and this is going to set Digital Caveman off watch. He was in Star Wars, The Last Jedi. And I'm waiting for you to type there, because I just know you're going to lose your mind. He was a useless character in there. There was a little turncoat guy. He had the little stutter speech impediment, which added nothing to his character. Love Benicio del Toro, but you're on it today, folks. Okay, but are you the Last Jedi? There we go. That is Digital Caveman's favorite Star Wars film of all time. Better than Empire Strikes Back. Uh-oh, that's blasphemy. That might get me sent to, is it Stovacore? I'm definitely not gonna, I'm crossing genres there. See if you can keep up. Star Trek reference there. But how dare you mention, that point of sale. We'll just say POS means point of sale. How dare you mention that point of sale on your channel? Forgive me. He's talking about The Last Jedi. Not a fan. He's not a fan. But anyway, if you hadn't checked out Digital Caveman's channel, it's Digital Caveman. That's with 2 N's. Presents. And he does a lot of unboxings there. He's got a pretty good following. He's doing good things. Good for you, man. But yeah, let's wrap it up, because I'm at the 30-minute mark and I'm just rambling. Unless you have questions for me or comments, you can watch this on the replay, and it'll be immediately available on Geek Homeworld, where you should subscribe, enable notifications, and hit that thumbs up button. If you don't hit that thumbs up button, I'm gonna think you don't care, and then I'm just gonna be like, what? Why do you not care? But no, I'm just joking. So yeah, that's what's going on. That's what's up. So who's your favorite good question. Who is your favorite Star Wars character? This well, yeah, duh, Darth Vader, Digital Caveman says. I kind of have to say Vader. I like Palpatine too. But yeah, it's probably got to be Darth Vader. I always want to say it's Luke Skywalker, but I'm afraid, like anyone, if I had the Force, I would misuse it. Who doesn't want to shoot lightning out of their fingertips just once in a while? Come on now. Who doesn't want to do that? Yeah, I like the old characters. The new ones, they just didn't resonate with anybody, and that's not me just hating and or whatever. It's just fact. Han Solo, yeah, but not Han Solo in the film Solo, which Digital Caveman I know likes. He likes Solo. Thought it was a good film. But I gotta disagree. It was an okay film, but it just wasn't my Han Solo, and I didn't like how Solo got his name. I think Ron Howard did a wonderful job coming in there, and but I don't know. One of my favorite Star Wars moments, and this is total spoilers if you hadn't seen The Mandalorian, was just like Rogue One, which was probably next to the original trilogy, was probably one of the best post original trilogy films. Rogue Squadron was. But dang, I just lost my train of thought. It just went right over that cliff. What the heck was I talking about? Didn't watch the Ewoks cartoon. No, I did not watch the Ewoks cartoon. You're distracting me. Yeah, my best character, or one of the best sequences. There was Vader in Rogue One. That little hallway scene blew my mind when that came out. And then from Rogue One, and then of course Luke having his similar showing up on when he showed up unexpectedly. I'm like, this isn't happening. Digital Caveman and I talked about this on our last live stream that we did, but Luke in the hallway of Mandalorian season 2, I didn't care about the de-aging. It wasn't perfect, but knowing that Mark Hamill and everyone kept that secret in this age of the internet for an entire year, and in seeing that actually play through, was one of the most satisfying, best moments. And thank you, Jon Favreau. Thank you, Dave Filoni, not Kathleen Kennedy. But thank you guys for that. You don't know what the little kid in me that did, because that was the Luke Skywalker we wanted to see in Last Jedi. Luke could have, wimped out in episode 9 instead of episode 8. And it might have made a better film. You lost a golden opportunity there to have the original cast together when Carrie Fisher was alive, and may never be able to forgive for that. But because that was still to see that's what people wanted. And I think Disney has learned that, and they're course correcting. And the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, to bring, Ewan McGregor back in that role is going to be fantastic. To have Hayden Christensen, as long as George Lucas doesn't write his dialogue, we'll be okay. He can still have the vision. I'm glad George Lucas is getting some control and influence back in. And let's see what he's saying right here. They're talking about the Digital came in and Amit are talking about. Well, let me show you the question first. Here said, Amit said, did you watch the Star Wars cartoon TV shows, etc.? Yes, like Rogue One and all that. I'm watching The Bad Batch. And then Digital Caveman says, Amit, I've never seen the holiday special. All of it. So bad. Yeah. But, and Digital Caveman's in here saying Rogue One. Yeah. Rogue One was just a war film. Logan was a Western. It just happened to be, mutants and stuff like that. That's your success right there. That's how you get a wider audience and all that. But this is a long tangent from. So we've talked about A Quiet Place Part 2. I loved it. It's great. It's wonderful. This is our part to talk about about whatever. No Lucas dialogue. We agree that no one is greater than George Lucas except his clone, Dave Filoni. And we thought the real Sith Master, the real Sith Lord was Kathleen Kennedy, because she had the entire Star Wars universe in her hands, and she promised, I will take good care of it. We believed in her. and then she didn't have a plan. They just threw different directors on there, J.J. Abrams, and then J.J. had to come back and save it from Rian Johnson. I kind of call it the Disney trilogy. I know other people do too. I don't really look at it as a Star Wars, not trilogy, the last trilogy. I don't look at it as the Star Wars sequels. I look at them as the Disney sequels. It's just a version done by them, but maybe they can wipe some of it from canon. Now, don't get me wrong. One of the best books, novelizations ever done was Darth Plagueis. And they basically confirmed a lot and pulled some from that book, even though they decanonized that book. And that was one of the great novelizations of the Star Wars universe, the expanded universe and everything. And I liked it was a little crazy how overpowered Palpatine was, but the whole Force essence transfer was what Darth Sidious was trying to do with Anakin. It promised he'd do it for Padme, but it's never been done, and it was impossible. And there's some anger here. A Kennedy okay, you're a little. Digital Caveman's a little upset about that. I don't know who this is, but Pop the Trunk Toys. He says, hello, everyone. Hello. This is a live stream of the Geek Homeworld, and I'm Ed, and that must be a friend of Digital Caveman's, he says, or he says hi to him. Anyway, this is a episode 154 of the podcast. It's a Quiet Place Part 2 review. It's full of spoilers. At this point, we've already talked about it, so you can go back and watch it. Please sub the channel here. I'd really appreciate it. Thumbs up the video and enable notifications, as I'm going to be doing more of these live streams and more episodes and other fun things on the channel. But it's Geek Homeworld, and I really appreciate the support. And anyway, Pop the Trunk Toys, that's your name there. If you've seen A Quiet Place Part 2, if you haven't seen it and you're planning to see it, go see it. But we've had spoilers on it. Right now, it's just kind of like open season right now. So whatever you guys are talking about in the chat, we kind of organically went that way. So he says, done. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. If you've got a channel, I'm shameless here, like Garth Brooks sang. If you got a channel, Pop the Trunk Toys, you can drop it in the chat there, and I'll show it on screen. And let's see what Amit had to say. He said, we are on free for all talk. Yay. I agree. And so I'm just learning StreamYard. It's incredibly easy. It was a way of doing I was going to do the whole OBS thing like I normally do with overlays and stuff. But then I was like, Digital Caveman, or I think that's who did it, talked me into doing this, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll try StreamYard. And so far, I like it. It's serving its purpose. So, Pop the Trunk Toys. Do you have any questions, any comments, anything you want to chat about? Let's see. So he says, Pop the Trunk Toys, that's the name of his channel. And thanks, nice to meet you all. So if you're watching this, go to Pop the Trunk Toys on YouTube. I'm sure they would, I'm assuming he, Pop the Trunk Toys, go over there, sub that channel, and give them some thumbs up on the videos. Check out their content. I'm sure you'll like it. And I'll have to check it out myself. And let's see. Amit says, I use StreamYard too. Using it tomorrow actually, but I use it for YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Yeah, I was going to use it on Facebook, but I don't know if you guys are aware of this, guys and gals, and whoever else is here. But YouTube live videos, because I've done I was using OBS to stream to my Geek Homeworld gaming channel that I have on Facebook, and then I would just download the videos, and then put them on over. I'd save them on the computer, whatever. Upload them to Geek Homeworld, so you can see them. I've got a couple 3-hour or so playthroughs of Left 4 Dead 2, which is like Digital Caveman will tell you we've played the heck out of that. That's a fun game to play, and I may do some more of that. But I'm just going to do it straight to YouTube from now on, because here's the point. That any live videos that you've put on Facebook, I got a notification that they're going to be taken down soon. Like, I have a Savannah on Film Facebook page, and where I talk to people from my radio show. I talk to film professionals and all different levels of the film industry. And a while back, I switched over to just doing them remotely, recording them, and then having like a live premiere kind of thing on YouTube. I may just start, if I go back to doing a live broadcast, on the radio show, in the radio station or whatever, which I can do it remotely. I've been doing it since the pandemic has hit. But anyway, I may start just streaming to YouTube, or who knows, I might actually bring my setup here. I don't know if it was this. I could probably do it this way, but anyway, just gonna basically I'm gonna go to YouTube. So, So Amit says, well, in that case, I switch Facebook part to Twitch or Twitter. Yeah, I'm a slow learner to Twitch and all that. Because I don't really have the time to get to game, for endless hours or whatever, and I'm sure I'll learn the platform or something a little bit. But I had a little bit of presence there. Where else was I on that I've played some stuff? Steam. I think that's still a thing, but yeah, Digital Caveman. He's not a fan of Facebook. Doesn't really do much there, because he says Facebook boo. Now the algorithms are gonna attack. The Borg nanites are on the way. You too will be one with the Borg. I'm too old. I love it. Digital Caveman says, we are too old for Twitch. LOL. Like Danny Glover said in Lethal Weapon. He's like, I'm too old for this. So, but yeah. So if that's true with the videos, any live stuff you put on YouTube, they're going to be taking that off of there or something. I guess they just can't handle all that. Yeah, Amit says, but the geeks are on Twitch. Well, the geeks are going to have to find me here. I don't know. That's just another platform, unless I can just pay for this StreamYard. I'm doing the free version, you see, because we get the Powered by StreamYard up there. It's baked into the video. So, oh yeah, and you want me to do Digital Caveman wants me to do. I need to do TikTok. I probably would be famous on TikTok, because if you just follow my crazy antics, I probably would go viral. But I don't know. I'm not committed to that yet. I'm just learning Discord, among other things, and fiddling with all this other technology. But yeah, Facebook. I feel like they're just taking things away now. Now here's another thing. There's another facet, unrelated, but YouTube is doing YouTube Shorts, and I've started doing a few of those. And someone reminded me, and I didn't tell them. Well, I just said, oh, I didn't realize that, but I actually had a couple videos I put in there as shorts. They really aren't shorts, but from the film industry point of view, they're like shorts. They're like, one's like 8 minutes, one's maybe 12 minutes. So technically that's a short in film terms. But just some sound I did. Basically, it was just like photos. I think I would use Windows Media Maker, so it was several years ago. Like 2017 roughly, but I put those up under shorts, and they're not really shorts. And but yeah, they're 16 by 9, they're landscape, so but you have to do the whole idea of YouTube Shorts are basically competing with TikTok, and they've got to be the vertical I guess that's 4:3. I'm not sure the aspect ratio of that. And yeah, what did you say, Digital Caveman? You said Discord is great. It is. It's confusing. It's it's like a minefield to try to figure out how to navigate that for me. But Digital Caveman's one that got me on board with Discord, so I'm doing that. So it's a thing. It's a thing. I'm like, this is like IRL chat, which IRL means something to in real life. That's what it means. But back in the day, that was what was it? I don't know what it stood for, but it was basically chat. Just chat on the computer. I'm like, I thought in 2021 we'd be done with that, like flashcards, flash, that you save stuff on flash, not flashcards, like number 1, number 2, number 3, but you know what I mean, SD cards and stuff like that. But apparently that never went away. It came back. And I think I said that on the last stream. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up soon. So if there are any questions, any comments, if you got anything you want to pimp on here, basically you want to this is the shameless self-promotion part of this episode. So if you've got anything you want to promote, hit it. And hit it up in the chat, and I'll show it on screen, and I'll say it out loud for those who are listening on the podcast. And I want to thank everybody who has joined us here for this live version, and who will watch this on the replay, this live stream of Geek Homeworld episode 154, A Quiet Place Part 2 review, which is full of spoilers. Did I say okay? Oh, thank you very much. I've been saying it wrong. I meant IRC chat. Yes, I did, Digital K-Man. Thank you. I'm getting old. I don't remember things. IRL, IRC, same thing? No, not really. But I guess I don't know everything. Well, it was IRC. Do you remember what IRC chat standed for? What did the IRC? It was internet. No, IP is Internet Protocol. IRC, Internet Related Chat. No, that can't be right. Internet. I don't know. I'm sure the I means internet. It doesn't mean iPod or I whatever. It would be a little I. What? I forgot. You don't know. You don't know, Digital Gaming. You don't know. Because otherwise you'd be typing it in the chat. Go ahead and Google. I'll wait. And we're back. No, we never left. Ugh, Lordy. These lights are killing me. It's too bright in here. Let me turn the lights down. That's not going to work. Oh, yeah, I can. Oh, I'm changing the... Okay, I like that. Boom. It's too white. That's good. There, I'll turn that up a little bit. Anyway, Internet Relay Chat. Okay. Yep. Internet Relay Chat. Internet Relay Chat. Confirmed. 2 people said it. It must be true, right? Internet Relay Chat. Well, that makes sense, I guess. But so that's what I meant when I said IRL. All along I meant IRC. And RC Cola has nothing to do with that. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point. So check out Digital Caveman Presents, his channel. I'll just put his comment up there. You can see Digital Caveman Presents. He does a lot of unboxings. He has... every Friday, correct me if I'm wrong, Digital Caveman, but every Friday he puts out a unboxing of Transformers, and then he has No Transformers Tuesdays when he unboxes something that isn't Transformers related. So if you're a Transformers fan, you're going to love his channel. He's got some G.I. Joe stuff on there. Yo Joe, not Go Joe, as I said mistakenly the other day. And he's got a lot of great stuff, and there's some X-Men stuff, and he's taken actual comic book covers and recreated them really good. A lot of them are really good. Just recreated them with the action figures he has and some of the pivotal, X-Men comics and different comics. So here we go. Tuesday and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern time, or whatever you are, whatever that is, happens to be on the East Coast, Eastern time. Tuesdays and Fridays, Digital Caveman puts out videos, and you ought to check them out. Some good ones. I usually catch most of them, And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Anyway, so don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on this video, subscribe, and thank you everyone who showed up for the chat. I'm going to end it because I don't know how to end things. I just keep talking because I like people and I like to talk. And anyway, thank you for the listening to Geek Homeworld episode 154, A Quiet Place Part 2 review. You will hear this podcast anywhere you get your podcasts, so audio podcasts, or on Google, what's the Google one I like? Google Podcast. Ow, sorry. That was crazy. I was just like, the, what do you call it? Noise gate kicked in pretty good there. Anyway, I'm not editing this. I don't care. Oh, what are you saying here? He has from G.I. Joe Classified series. Okay, that's what Digital Caveman is. Pop the Trunk Toys. Check out their channel there. They said take care. Thank you very much. Subscribe. Give that thumbs up. And Amit says, see you next time. You are the man. Well, that's what all the people that show up to my kingdom tell me. No, because I am the emperor. No, I'm not. I'm not. If you only knew the power of the dark side. Anyway, so I can get that deep voice going sometimes. I get that radio voice. So, anyway. All right. Thank y'all for showing up. Thank y'all for taking time out of your day. I won't keep you any longer. Go out and see A Quiet Place Part 2. I hope I haven't ruined it for you, but you were warned. And let me know next time what you're watching, what movies you're looking forward to. Depending what country you're in, are you out of lockdown? Are you getting there? Is it safe to go? Do you still have a theater that didn't close down in your city? Digital Caveman can attest to that one. It's tough times, but we all got to stick together, and we all got to be there for each other, and that's what's important. So, the dark side is strong with him. Anyway. Thank you for that. All right. See you guys later. I'm going to click stop and broadcast. Goodbye. Check out the podcast, subscribe, do all that stuff. Make me happy. Have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Bye. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Geek Homeworld with your host, Ciucevich Techman. You can find us on Libsyn, Google+. Follow and interact with us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook, listen to us on iTunes and leave a review, subscribe to us on YouTube, read our thoughts on Blogger. See you again on the Geek Homeworld.